25 years since your entry into Formula One, and just take us back to that day, the debut of the Jordan 191. I mean, did it have a feeling that this is going to be about as far as you were going to get because the banks were calling and the money was running out and everything?
Well, I think when you're born in Ireland, you have that sort of, nothing really matters. It can never be as bad as what it has been. So let's have it a go and see how it goes. And, that was a fantastic car. Gary Anderson, another Irish guy, put that car together. And it was a remarkable, and it's a beautiful car even to today.
Yeah. But the wins didn't come for a while, and then you invested in youth again and brought in.
He was very expensive, let me
Damon.
tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got pots.
Let's fast forward to 1998. What was your reaction when you got the call and the opportunity to link up with Eddie?
Well, of course, we've known Eddie all the way through. As a young driver, you get approached, and Eddie very kindly gave me a test for about £2,000, I think it was, in a Formula 3 car. Although he does like to tell people he gave me my first test, but I keep reminding him I actually paid. So, you bumble along, and of course you bump into Eddie again later in life, and when he had his Formula 1 team, and I couldn't resist the temptation. I have to say, I was living in Ireland at the time, and Eddie I've known a long time. He's got a lovely family, he's a lovely man, and he's a nightmare to do business with, but apart from that, he gave me an opportunity to win again, so thank you to Eddie and the whole Jordan team.
Is that roughly how you remember it, Eddie?
Well, I think what Jordan had was an ability, had a certain gift. Senna was 82 when we gave him his first drive, 85 with Damon and then Michael Schumacher. So we were very gifted. We had a really good group of people who could understand talent. And that was the fundamental foundation of the team. And then, of course, the team got stronger from a technical point of view and from an engineering point of view. But when he came to me, he only came to me so as he could build his goddamn pension fund. And you think I'm joking you, I'm serious. But he was a revelation because we were striving, we were close, we had pole positions, we had all sorts of very good results, but we just couldn't get that ultimate win in Formula One. So Spa 98, first and second, it was fantastic. And God bless David Coulthard, who took out that great man, Michael Schumacher. God bless you, David. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
It was a day, Damon. I mean, it's fair to say quite a lot went the way of the team that day, didn't it? I mean, not least, the DC. Well, yeah, but it was the biggest shunt in Formula One history that took out half the field.
But it's unbelievable, yeah. It was foul weather. It's classic Spa weekend, and Eddie had some people from the factory lined up, and on the Saturday night, and he was trying to drag us out of the engineering room to go and meet the guests, and we were putting our foot down and saying, no, we could win this race tomorrow, so we had a bit of a battle on the Saturday night to focus, but we gave them, didn't we, on Sunday, we gave them everything that they missed on the Saturday night.
I've forgotten that. Every single member of staff was put on a bus if they wanted to come, and they came from Silverstone to Spa, so they were there for that day.
Yeah. On a bus.
You're absolutely right. They got there on the bus, and they had to pay for their own ticket.
Tales of the Privateers. Great to see you get this award, Eddie. I mean, to be serious for a moment, when you look at modern Formula One, is it possible for someone to come into modern Formula One in the way that you did back in the early 90s and have the same sort of impact, the same sort of success? Is it possible?
I'm really the wrong person to ask because I don't like what's going on. I think, with due respect to Mercedes and Ferrari, they've got far too much control. Give the control back to the people who love the independent teams, because that's the lifeblood of our sport. And Bernie Ecclestone, with Brabham and all the great teams that he did, whether he's loved or he's hated, I promise you he knows how to run a Grand Prix series and a season. And as I say, no disrespect to those great manufacturers, but they do come and go. It's the independent teams the likes of Williams here, the likes of other great teams, and we've seen Felipe Massa here, and other people. Look, they are our sport, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be here, well, we may not be, he will, but in 10 years' time, look, it's the independent teams that will bring us back here.
Yeah, and you've led the way in that respect. Eddie Jordan, that's the Eddie Jordan message tonight. Congratulations on the award, much deserved.